Oh, hey, you must be my date for the evening. It was so nice of Clara to set us up like this. It's not very easy to meet people that share the same interests. And well, Clara has great taste, and so I trust her. I was very excited to meet you tonight. Um, that didn't sound too dorky, did it? My name is Eric Richards, and you are? Well, yeah, Clara told me, but I thought it might be a nice start to the date to be able to introduce ourselves to each other, you know? The old-fashioned way. That's a very nice name. I like that. Would you like to sit down? Our table's over here. I reserved a table out on the patio, so we could enjoy all the pretty stars out tonight. Yeah? Well, I'm very pleased to hear that you like that. I really like looking at the stars too. You're beautiful and peaceful. Here, let me pull out your seat for you. Yeah, I know you're capable. I just want to be nice is all. So anyway, Clara said that you are a wildlife veterinarian with a specialization in bats. That's really cool. I really admire a woman that likes bats. They aren't as, so scary as people think. I've always found them to be rather cute. You agree? That's awesome. What do I do? I work for the local museum, hunting down rare and historically significant artifacts. It's a very fun job. I really like it and it pays very well. I get to travel a lot and I see a lot of really neat stuff. What would you say if I told you before that I've actually touched a real mummy before? I sure did. I was the one that acquired the mummy of that one priestess that was the main attraction for the museum's latest ancient Egypt exhibit. Some old wealthy Egyptian woman was dealing with her late husband's estate and needed his years of collecting things cleared out of their basement. And this basement, let me tell you, it was more like a warehouse, but yeah, I got a tip from the museum and off I went to Egypt. Found a really old wood box in the way back of the basement. Got it open with a crowbar and there it was, a sarcophagus. I couldn't believe my amazing good fortune. There was other stuff taken from the tomb as well. The museum paid the woman a good chunk of change for all of it, and they paid me just as well for the awesome score. Will traveling get in the way of my love life if I try to start dating? No. I've taken some time off to have some me time, you know? Taking care of myself for a while, and I've certainly made enough money to allow me to do this. I think that taking care of myself emotionally and making a solid and lasting connection is more than included in that. Wouldn't you say so? I've been solo for quite a long time now, and I'm frankly just sick of it. I want that special bond people talk about. I want to find that special person I will be with forever. I've traveled the world, sowed my oats, and now I just want to fall in love. Be happy. You know? You more than get it, huh? That's wonderful to hear. I was worried coming clean like that might scare you off. Like maybe I was laying on too much right off the get-go. But you strike me as a compassionate and understanding soul. I like that. I like that a lot. You have a lot of kindness in your eyes. I think we're going to get along just great. Um, hey, you know what? This place is a little bit noisy and all, and well, crowds aren't really my thing. What do you say we take a walk down by that one pretty river I saw on the way here? The one with the boardwalk and all the flowers. And my place isn't too far. No, I'm not insinuating that we'll get it on or anything. Way too soon for that. But, we can make some frozen pizzas and just talk. I can light a nice fire in the fireplace and make us some coffee. Or hot chocolate if you don't like coffee. Really? You aren't fond of crowds either, huh? Well, sounds like we're going to have a lot in common. You down for that walk and some pizza by the fireside? That's fantastic. Thank you for your trust in me. That means a lot to me, really. So, let's get out of here before the waiter shows up and things get awkward. Oh, man. What a beautiful night. That breeze feels so good. I love the sound of the river, too. This town is really nice. I could really like it here. Hmm? Aren't I originally from here? Well, yes and no. I moved here for my job, and since then I've been in and out constantly for work. Never really had any time to really see anything or know anything about the town. It's been a busy, busy life. It will be very nice to finally slow down and just, well, enjoy the little things in life that so many take for granted. I met our mutual friend Clara 2 years ago at the bar. I had a date that went really terrible. The girl wasn't right for me at all. It ended very badly. Um, but Clara and Blake saw everything and they felt bad for me. So they bought me a drink and sat me down to tell them the whole miserable tale. We were pals ever since. And now Clara felt comfortable enough to set me up with one of her friends. I completely understand her hesitation. She wanted to get to know me first and make sure I'm not some axe murderer or something. That's just being responsible and a loving friend. You appreciate my attitude about your friend. Well, of course. I would certainly never introduce anyone I cared about to someone that I hoped they might blossom a relationship with, unless I believed completely that they were safe and trustworthy. Hmm? Pets? I find I like dogs the best. Mostly because they respond better to me for some odd reason. Cats, I certainly like them perfectly well. It's more a matter of finding the cat that can find it in them to like me back. I don't know what it is, I really don't. Cats just don't seem to enjoy my company all that much. It's a right shame. They look wonderful to snuggle up with on a cold winter night. Hmm, their loss. I'm a pretty good snuggler, too. You have a little chihuahua at home? A toy breed? Oh, that sounds cute. Oh, she's got a little snaggletooth? Oh, that sounds adorable. I hope at some point I will get to meet her. What is her name? Chloe? That sounds perfect for a cute little lady. How is she with strangers? Would beg for pettings even from a burglar, huh? She sounds very sweet and adorable. Oh, hey, look. Just look at that beautiful full moon. Wow. You know, there's something especially breathtaking about the moon when it's all full and glowing, all silvery gold like that. Lovely. Oh, you can see the Big Dipper? Oh yeah, I see it too. I have a telescope back at my place if you want to look at the constellations a little bit closer. You'd like that? Awesome. Well, we aren't far now. I'm just up here. There is a lit path up here, through the wooded area to my place. It's a handy little shortcut. I guess whoever had the place before me must have liked this river enough that they wanted a quick way to reach it on foot. I added all the lights. What? The old Haversham Manor? Is that what the locals call it? My real estate didn't give me any details like that. It was titled Exquisite Victorian Manor House in the ad. So the original owners were the Havershams, if the nickname is anything to go off of. Do you know anything about them? I am quite curious. You know my love for history and all that. Really? So these rich people in the early 1900s built the place, and then barely after a month of living there, they were just gone? No trace? Now that's really bizarre. But there hasn't been any mysterious incidents there since, right? Should I be concerned? Not since once in the 70s and again in the early 90s? Oh, jeez, what happened? Do I want to know? A family and their older teenage son went missing in the 70s without a trace. Hmm? Much like the original owners. And then things got quiet with the house still vacant until the early 90s? What happened then? I'm honestly baffled I wasn't told any of this. 3 people went in there on a dare to celebrate one's 21st birthday, and they were never seen again? Seriously? Again? With no trace of them for police to go on? And who the hell wants to go in and explore an old house for a birthday? That's weird. My God. I'm tempted to contact my realtor to demand an explanation. But then, I can understand how she might be frightened of potential buyers being scared of purchasing this place if they knew of the, spooky history. But, you are saying that absolutely nothing has happened there since. Good. That's very good. A little bit spooked, to be honest, which isn't your fault. I'm actually glad you told me. Goodness. I wondered what happened to all those people. Just to disappear like that, with no trace. Are you sure you're not yanking on my leg? Alright, I trust you. Jeez, that's really creepy though. But at least nothing has happened in the last decade or so, but then it was like 20 years in between the 70s and the 90s. Maybe I should up my security or something. Ah, here's the path. Don't worry, I had all the light fixtures wiring along this path checked, and anything faulty replaced. So it's very well lit. But you can hold my hand if you want. You're no scaredy cat, but just so happily hold my hand, huh? I'm honored. Come on, let's get a move on. It isn't odd that I'm so excited that you're the kind of girl that likes frozen pizza and fireplaces and maybe a movie or two, is it? It's so hard to find such a cute girl that enjoys the quiet and peace of being a homebody, rather than having to plunge into loud and noisy, chaotic settings. I only agreed to that restaurant because Clara insisted it would be a comfortable and neutral place for us to meet with lots of people around. And I get it. But I just don't enjoy crowds. And thank you again for trusting me. I understand how important that is. Huh? Oh yeah, it does really smell nice back here. It's the lilac bushes. They grow everywhere around here. It was definitely part of the charm about this area. So, tell me about yourself. Have you always lived around here? Since you were 10, huh? Cool. You must like history, too. You seem to know a lot, given how much you know about well, the history of just one residence. Really? So you've done, like, some serious in-depth digging about this town's history and stories. That's actually very fascinating. I would love to hear anything you've got you think might, be really cool or interesting. Perhaps even some more spooky stories like the ones about my house. Come on, let's get inside. We'll make some pizza and hot chocolate, get a fire going, and swap interesting stories and information. I bet you don't have enough people around that enjoy the same thing as you do. I can certainly say the same. This will be fun. No, I'm completely serious. If my assistant hadn't grabbed the back of my coat, I would have slipped on the mud and fallen right into the tomb, face to face with a dry and crusty 2,000-year-old mummy. I know that some guys like older women, but I think that's just going a bit too far, don't you? My assistant got a pretty big raise, I'll tell you that much. He earned that money. Serves me right, though, insisting on continuing with the excavation even after it began to rain. But I couldn't risk losing the artifacts and the mummy. There was just too much at stake. Oh yeah, my boss was a very happy camper after we returned with those finds. How he secured the permission from the Egyptian government to take them? I don't know. I don't ask those questions. I just do as I am told, so long as I am reassured that I will end up in prison for it. Hasn't happened yet. That's funny. I really like you. This evening has been amazing. Beyond my expectations in just the best way possible. I definitely made the right choice. Yes. I think I have made my decision. Clara was the one that set us up. Well, I suppose that might be a little bit true. She was the individual tasked with persuading you to meet me. She and Blake were most useful. Such pliable and easily manipulated minds. Like a child's modeling clay. They believed they met me 2 years ago. More like 3 weeks ago. Go? Oh no. No. You were not leaving here, my dear. Especially not after all the trouble I've gone to just to get to know you and ultimately get you here. You see, I love you. I've loved you the moment I laid eyes on you. You were at this late-night cafe with Clara, crying to her about this poor little fawn you tried to save after it had been injured by a motorcyclist. Oh, you tried so hard. It hurt you so much to see the life leave that sweet little creature's eyes. You are so beautiful. Your heart, so enchanting, so lovely and tender. Crying to your friend over one of nature's little creatures. I wanted you. I could have easily followed you home and claimed you, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to get to know you. If I was going to take a mate for eternity, I wasn't going to get saddled with someone that might turn out to be completely unbearable. And, well, it is frowned frowned upon for vampires to kill their mates in order to be free to choose another one. So, I followed you around every evening, watching you, observing you, until finally, I decided it was time we officially meet. Yes, I said vampire, my dearest darling. A dark, tainted creature of the night. Of course Clara and Blake had no idea. I hypnotized them. I planted false memories in their heads, and then put Clara up to the idea of arranging a date between us. Of course, I was fully prepared to just go and kidnap you and bring you here for us to get to know each other if that plan failed. But, thankfully, it did not fail, because frankly it would not have been the same. We wouldn't have been laughing and talking like we were. It's just not the same as having you fall for me of your own free will. Oh, you haven't fallen for me, huh? Is that so? Do forgive me if I failed to believe you. I saw how you looked at me all night long. You love me as much as I love you. I think perhaps after I claim you in unholy matrimony, we might linger here in the house for a decade or two. Then to avoid people noticing that we don't age, we'll go somewhere European for another 2 decades. How does France sound? Would you like to live in the French countryside? It's absolutely breathtaking. All the mysterious deaths of the house? Well, yes. I killed them. Each and every one of them. They just happened to have the misfortune of being in my house for one reason or another at the times that I decided to return home. Their own faults, if we're going to be honest. Well, except perhaps the original family, the Havershams. You see, that was my family. I was their son. Perhaps another time I'll tell you about my dark rebirth. Me? Insane? My dearest darling. That hurts me. I love you. Why would you say something so hurtful to me? And where do you think you are going? You think you can just walk away from me like that? You think you can reject me? No, my darling. Rejection is not on the table. I did not bring you here with the intentions of giving you a choice. I was either going to get on swimmingly with you and claim you, or things would go terrible and I would just drink you dry. Really quite that simple. You are mine, sweetheart. Forever and always. What did I say about saying hurtful things to me? Well, it doesn't matter. You will realize in time how much you love me, how perfect we are for each other. You will see that destiny brought you into my arms. Now, look into my eyes. I said, look into my eyes. Yes, that's right. Very good. Now just relax. Be calm and hold still. This will only sting for a moment, and then it will feel so good. Tilt your head to the side and show me that beautiful neck I have been so achingly craving to bite. It's so sweet, so perfect. Oh, my love. All right. Now, it's your turn to drink from me. Just going to make a small cut on my neck. Here. Now drink, my dearest darling. Drink and be mine forever. It feels so deliciously good. Keep drinking, baby. You've almost drank enough. And there. That's enough. Good girl. And that, there, is why any self-respecting vampire hypnotizes those they intend to turn. So much less risky and chaotic. Now then, you're getting sleepy. Yes, my darling. Here, I will pick you up and carry you to our room. I made sure to purchase a lavish coffin, more than big enough for two. It's very comfortable. You're going to love it. And here we are. In you go. I have a couple things to handle around the house, and then I'll be joining you before the sun rises. Sweet dreams, my beautiful vampire bride. We are going to be so happy together. In time, you will see. I love you. Sleep well.